أعوذ بالله من الشيطان.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Can you make me co-host? G3421MN.
I'll do that. Yes, you are co-host.
Jazakallah. Can we have Meher Kamar?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could start with Dawus, and then I'll change the screen onto yesterday's lesson. Okay? So start with Dawus, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين.
Jazakallah. So could you just repeat the last verse again for me, please? So starting from here.
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين.
Okay, and this is Ain. So if you could pronounce it from your throat. So if you could repeat this last word again, please.
نستعين.
Well done, Jazakallah. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student to go over today's lesson?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes. Can we have Jazib Qayyum?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could start with Tawuz and then start from here, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Jazakallah. MashaAllah, you read really well. Could you just repeat the last two words for me, please?
ولا الضالين.
Well done, Jazakallah. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes. Can we try Mahnoor Anwar?
Assalamu alaikum, Mahnoor Anwar.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for asking. Could you start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah and then start reciting, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim. Ghairil maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amin.
Jazakallah. Could you just repeat these two words here again for me, please?
An'amta alaihim.
Shaba. So you know how you pronounce the ayn here? Try pronouncing the ayn same here as well. Could you repeat these again?
An'amta alaihim.
Jazakallah, that was much better. So Jazakallah for coming on the mic. So as you all would remember, yesterday your homework was to memorize the first 5 verses of Surah Al-Fatihah. So now we will listen to some of the students.
I didn't come to the class yesterday and I don't have an ID.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
I didn't come to the class yesterday and I didn't have an ID. The G3 ID.
Okay, you should have received that in an email, okay?
Thank you. Okay.
So Assalamu alaikum, Esti. We have some students for the Hifz, please.
Assalamu alaikum, yes. Can we try Tamsil Ahmed?
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. I can hear 2 sounds. Could someone say the name so I know who I'm speaking to?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Is that Tamsil Ahmed?
Ji.
Okay, Jazakallah. How are you, Tamsil?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. So, did you manage to learn the first 5 verses of Surah Al-Fatihah?
Yes.
That's great. So, if you could start with Tawuz and then if you could recite that for me, please.
The green one.
Yes, if you could start with A'udhu Billah, the green one, and then whatever you learned
yesterday. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
Yeah, could you recite Surah Al-Fatihah? So, did you memorize Alhamdulillah yesterday?
Yes.
Yes, could you recite whatever you've learned by heart for me, please? So, do you know this surah, the first few verses by heart?
I know the second line.
Yes, so could you recite that for me, please?
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. I know up to that part.
That's amazing. That's really good. Jazakallah. So if you could manage to learn the next verse for today, and then you will be finished with the surah. Jazakallah. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, you can have Aban Amir Bhatt.
Assalamu alaikum, Aban.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for asking. So could you please recite Tawuz and Tasmiyah and then recite the hifz that you have learned?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Ameen.
Jazakallah. So just a few points I would like to mention that I noticed were that make sure that because there is a vertical fatha on ayn, so make sure you prolong it for 2 seconds. And then over here, if I think I heard the sound of dhamma on ta, so if you could make sure, if you could repeat these 2 words again and make sure that you correct your mistake.
Rabbil Alameen.
Yes, you have to prolong the ayn for 2 seconds. So if you could try again.
Rabbil Alameen.
That was much better. And if you could recite these 2 words again as well, please.
اهدنا الصراط. اهدنا الصراط.
Well done, Jazakallah. That was much better. So Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I request another student, please?
Okay, I'm going to call Labid Ahmed, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
How are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear Labid Ahmed?
No, sorry, I can't hear him. Could you call someone else?
Okay. Iman Ataul Hay, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Iman.
Okay, we can call Zoha.
Assalamu alaikum, Zoha. Walaikum assalam. How are you, Zoha?
I'm good, thank you.
Alhamdulillah. So if you could start with Tawuz and then recite your hifz, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله.
Yes, you've read the Tawuz. So could you recite Alhamdulillah now, please?
Alhamdulillah. Rabbil Alameen. Rahmanir-Rahim.
Yeah, sorry, I can't hear you. Could you speak a bit louder, please?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, that's all right. So for today, if you could try learning a few of these verses, that would be amazing, okay?
Okay.
Jazakallah. ST, could I I have another student, please?
Yes, I'm going to call next Zishan Kashif.
Assalamu alaikum, Zishan.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Ameen.
Jazakallah, mashallah, that was really good. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, I'm going to invite Qasid Ahmed, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Qasid Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Naveed. I'm Naveed.
Assalamu alaikum, Naveed. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could start with Tawuz and then recite your hifz, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen.
Jazakallah. So just one thing that I noticed was that I heard a jerking sound on the scene here. So could you repeat these last two words again for me, please?
وإياك نستعين.
Well done. And make sure that you pronounce your ayn from the throat. So could you repeat these again?
وإياك نستعين.
Yeah, so وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ.
Okay.
Could you repeat it again?
وإياك نستعين.
Much better. Jazakallah. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, I'm going to call Farhan Malik, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Farhan Malik.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could start with Tawuz and then recite your hifz, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghairil maghdubi alaihim waladdallin.
Jazakallah, that was really good. Just a few things that I noticed were that here it is ta and not ta. So make sure that you differentiate between both of those. So if you could repeat these two words again, please.
Minashaitan.
Well done. That was really that was much better. Jazakallah. So and over here we've got vertical fatha. So make sure you prolong it for 2 seconds. So could you repeat this again, please?
Rabbil Alameen.
Jazakallah. And here, make sure that you pronounce your ayn properly.
Na'budu.
Much better. Jazakallah. And similarly, here as well, if you could pronounce this word again, focusing on the ayn.
An'am.
Yes, the whole word, please.
An'amta.
Well done. Jazakallah. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Yes, I can call Kamar Zafar, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Kamar.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could start with Tawuz and then recite your hifz, please.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghairil maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. So just again, if you could make sure that you pronounce your ayn properly. So if you could repeat the last verse again for me, please. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so we'll move on to the next student. ST, could I have another student, please?
I'm going to invite Salma Farooq.
Assalamu alaikum, Salma.
Okay, I'll call Kamar Zafar. Kamar Zafar, if you can hear me, you can unmute yourself, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Kamar.
No, I think we have done this one. Sorry.
Ji.
Rafia Sultan.
Assalamu alaikum, Rafia.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could start with Tawuz and then recite your hifz, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Jazakallah. MashaAllah, that was really well recited. Just a few things that I noticed were that because we have a mud here, so make sure you prolong it. So if you could repeat the last two words again, please.
ولا الضالين.
Well done, Jazakallah. And over here, if you could focus on the pronunciation of Ayn, please.
أنعمت.
Well done, Jazakallah. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
Next student is going to be Naima Ahsin.
Assalamu alaikum, Naima. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah. So if you could start with Tawuz and then recite your hifz, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the rejected.
Yes, and now if you could recite Alhamdulillah for me, please.
Alhamdulillah.
Start with Bismillah.
Oh, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Ameen.
Jazakallah. Just a few things I would like to point out are that we have a vertical fatha on meme, so make sure that you prolong it. And similarly, because we have a shadda sign, a tashdid on ya, so make sure you stress upon that. And similarly over here as well. So if you could repeat these two verses again for me, please.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in.
Jazakallah, that was much better. And in the next part of the surah, if you could repeat this word here, these two words here for me again, please.
Yes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Jazakallah, that was much better. Jazakallah for coming on the mic, Naima. ST, could I have another student, please?
Jazakallah.
I'm going to invite Hazik Ahmed, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Hazik. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine.
Alhamdulillah. So if you could start with Tawuz and then recite Surah Al-Fatihah, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Jazakallah, mashallah, that was really well recited. And just one thing I would like to point out is that make sure you pronounce your ayn properly and clearly. So if you could repeat just this last word for me, please. Assalamu alaikum, Hazrat. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so we'll move on. ST, could I have another student, please?
I'm going to call Sayyid Haq, please. Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid.
Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. So if you could start with Tawuz and then recite Surah Al-Fatihah, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Jazakallah, that was really well recited, mashallah. Jazakallah for coming on the mic.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. ST, could I have another student, please?
I'm going to call Iman Nu, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Iman.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
So could you start with Tawuz and then recite Surah Al-Fatihah, please?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Jazakallah. I think you missed out one verse. You missed out the third verse. So could you just read this, please?
Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim.
Well done, Jazakallah. That was really well learned. So make sure that you remember there are 7 verses, so you recite all 7 of them, okay? Jazakallah for coming on the mic. ST, could I have another student, please?
I'm going to invite Farhad Ahmed. Please, Farhad Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum, Farhad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. So if you could start with Tawuz and then recite Surah Al-Fatihah for me, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin.
Jazakallah. So just a few things I noticed were, if you could recite these two words again and make sure you pronounce your ain properly.
An'amta 'alaihim.
Well done. And if you could recite this word here as well and focus on the sword, the sound of sword.
Siratal.
Jazakallah. That was much better. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. Esther, could we have another student, please?
I'm going to invite Khala Bonso, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Kola.
I can't unmute her. Yeah, she's here.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine, and you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Jazakallah for asking. So if you could recite Tawbaz and then recite Surah Al-Fatihah for me, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان
Alhamdulillah.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Jazakallah, that was really well recited. MashaAllah, Jazakallah for coming on the mic. Esther, could we have another student, please?
I'm going to call Hashir Ahmed, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Hashir Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you start with Tawbaz and then recite Surah Al-Fatihah for me, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله من الشيطان الرجيم
Yes, Surah Fatiha. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
الرحمن
Could you
الرحيم
recite the first verse again as well, please?
الحمد لله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Yes, I think you're getting confused.
Can I try? I'm his older brother.
What's your name?
Hashir Ahmed, I'm also in the G3 thing.
Okay, so yes, if you could start with Tawbaz and then recite Surah Fatiha.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
MashaAllah, that was really well recited. Jazakallah for coming on the mic. So now we will end our class here, but before we end it, I'll just go over the homework quickly. So as the G3 in charge mentioned yesterday, that on the 28th of May, we will inshallah be having our Khilafat Day Jalsa. So if you would like to take part in that Jalsa, you can send us your recordings on the email address g3hifz@gmail.com by Saturday, the 22nd of May. So by this Saturday, you can send us any of these recordings to be part of the Khilafat Day Jalsa. So for Tilawat and English translation, you can record chapter 24, which is Surah Al-Nur, verse 56. For the Hadith, you can record the Hadith from Musnad Ahmad, which is narrated by Hazrat Abu Huzaifa. And I'll just read the starting of the translation for that, which is, prophethood shall remain among you as long as Allah shall will. Similarly, for the sayings of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, you can record yourself reading the book Al-Wasiyat, the Will, page 6 and 7. If you would like to take part in Nazam, you can record the Nazam Khuda Ka Ye Ehsan Hai Hum Pe Bhari, which is by Sahibzadi Amtul Quddus Sahiba, or any other Khilafat themed Nazam. And lastly, if you would like to do an English speech, you can do an English speech on any topic relating to Khilafat. Okay, so all of you are requested to send us your recordings by this Saturday on the email given G3hifz, which is G3HIFZ@gmail.com. So we will now move over to our homework, which is due for tomorrow. So today, alhamdulillah, we finished the first surah, Surah Al-Fatihah. So all of you are requested to memorize the verses 6 and 7 from Surah Al-Fatihah. And if you do know them already, you could revise the whole chapter, so the whole 7 verses. And the other activity, which is part of your homework today, is the rule quest. And the surah which we will be focusing on is Surah An-Nas, which is chapter 114 of the Holy Qur'an, the very last chapter. So if you are aged 6 to 7, you are requested to find mud letters from this surah. Similarly, if you are aged 8 to 9, you're requested to look for gunna sounds. So the noon gunna and the nasal sound produced by noon and mushaddad and mim mushaddad. And if you are aged 10 to 12, you are to look for blank letters. Okay, so I hope you all have covered these rules in G1 and G2. So that should be quite easy for all of you. So inshallah, we will meet again tomorrow. But before that, we will finish our class with the ending dua. So Esti, could I have a student for the ending prayer, please?
Yes, I'm going to invite Salman, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Salman.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. So could you recite the ending prayer for me, please?
Okay. Allahumma rahamni bil-Qur'an al-azim. Waj'alhu li imama wa nuran wa rahmatan.
Jazakallah. And the translation as well.
O Allah, have mercy on me for the great Quran and make it easy for me, the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Jazakallah. So Jazakallah for reciting that, and Jazakallah everyone for attending the class today. So inshallah we will meet again tomorrow. Till then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.